this is not the topic, so I like.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Point of the podcast. Right. How do we call the podcast?
That's uncommon experiences. I have no idea.
Uncommon experiences. Why do you think they're uncommon?
Well, it makes me feel more comfortable if I think that what I'm doing is special. That's
I don't know.
slightly disturbing.
Because it's actually the opposite. Common experiences. All people, what we will discuss, most people know already.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's, I mean, unless you're a lesbian man who is...
A lesbian man? How does that work?
That's uncommon.
Yeah.
It means you're transsexual or something.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So it's, if you're not that, then pretty common.
If everything else is, anything else is pretty comfortable. It is very comfortable when you think that something that happens to you or something that you're doing is uncommon, and you discover that it's actually a very common experience. And
maybe
you feel
it can
better,
be
right?
Uncommon experiences. Uncommon.
Yeah, I like it.
In a brackets.
Yeah. Ooh, I like it. Yeah, I'm kind of slowly accepting the idea.
We're still doing it. We're in the progress of actually making the name for the podcast even.
True. No, I like it. Uncommon.
Yeah.
Quote unquote uncommon experience. What's an uncommon experience for you? I mean, okay, what's the... Let me try to phrase it in a slightly better way. What's an experience that you thought that it was super uncommon for you, but then you discovered, oh, actually, it happens to everybody.
I think everything.
Wow.
Yeah, because I always think I'm special. Like everything I try to do, it's like I am the only woman experiencing this at the moment on the planet Earth. But after some time, you realize it's pretty common.
It's pretty common. Yeah, that's what happens with age. Yeah. You tend to discover that most things have already happened in the past, either to other people
even
or,
when I wasn't alive.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like these big, I don't know, circles of life are repeating themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say specifically what was the uncommon experience that I thought is uncommon, and apparently it was common. I'm coming.
Yeah.
Hearing myself saying this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It makes you rethink your life choices.
I
How you
have
speak
to walk
about
always with the recorder and hearing my own recording every second I say something.
You said it earlier before we actually started the recording that you cursed.
Yes.
And you said, "Oh my God! Now that I hear how I'm cursing, I don't wanna curse anymore."
Yes.
This is a very, very interesting, very profound thought. I mean, I think it is. For me, it happened. It happened with years. I used to curse a lot back in the quote unquote back in the day.
Uncommon experience.
100%. And then with time, I don't know. Somehow I realized that's not cool, and
it sounds really awful. And I think when you hear it from the other person that curses, you understand it. But when you do it, it sounds different.
100%. 100%.
So now I hear myself. That's why I will probably not say anything bad.
In general, or during this?
During the recording.
During the recording.
No, I don't know. Maybe in general, if I continue hearing my own voice.
Yeah. I think that's what happens. I mean, it's difficult to make these huge changes, immediate, drastic changes, where you decide, okay, I'm not gonna break this microphone as you're attempting to do right now.
Wasn't that noisy?
Yeah, it's difficult to make these big changes out of the blue, immediately at once. Usually it takes a couple of the classic ones.
How long did it took you
to stop cursing? Well, ask me when I fully succeed in cursing.
No, but you actually are one of a few people that I've never heard saying a really bad curses, like some bad words.
There's some kids screaming on the street, but
it's not the street; it's upstairs.
It's oh, Jesus!
I know who they
say
are.
Say hi to the neighbors.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, maybe in front of other people I don't curse that much, or maybe in front of you, I don't know. But yeah, in general, I don't curse that much anymore. As we were saying, it's just like a negative experience, something negative. Just using a lot of curse words, I don't know, it worsens the experience, makes it worse. You think that you're gonna express all this negative emotion, it's gonna go away, but it actually makes it worse. But yeah, for sure, still, when something bad happens, the immediate reaction is, oh, fuck this shit, I'm not, whatever it is, whatever the case might be, whatever the occasion might be.
Yeah. So how was your week?
My week? Wow. We're getting into that. Okay. My week, it was super exciting. Every day I do fancy stuff. No, not at all. I'm the most boring person that you can.
Oh, now here you go. You're uncommon. You think you're special in your boringness, but it's not true. Everyone is boring,
true.
Actually.
That's true.
So
why is it that boring stuff has this negative?
I like boring. Boring is good.
Is it though?
Yeah.
What about boring people? What if you went on a date and the guy is super boring? That's not cool. Or the girl.
Okay, yeah, but sometimes perfect is boring. Like when you do everything as it goes and it gets boring.
True.
It's kind of like tasteless.
But who's perfect? I mean.
Well, someone tries to, and they try to make their vision of themselves perfect.
I think that's what it
and
is.
It's boring.
When you figure out that someone is trying to portray themselves as perfect, then you're like, you're full of shit.
Yeah, it's boring. Yeah, not cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it as boring, but it's annoying, or maybe you're just not interested in.
But look, I don't get triggered by that because I'm not one of them. So I'm like, okay, you can do whatever you decide to, but that's why for me it's more like boring than annoying, because I don't get really interested even by this type of person, because it's not genuine, and that's why it's kind of boring. While when it's annoying, it still means this person has some personality in it. It's not really doing perfect stuff. It means it's doing something out of this scope of being perfect.
Makes sense.
And perfect is just like everything looks exactly as you expect, and this person says what you want, does what you want, whatever. I don't know. No, this actually sounds good, what I said. Please.
I think that's why we like evil and bad characters in some movies, because they show their imperfections to the entire world.
Yeah, sometimes I relate more to the negative characters than the positive ones, because positives often are kind of the same as doing nothing.
Yeah,
it's very weird. Like, I'm a princess, I'm a very positive character, but I do nothing. I just lie in bed and I wait when my prince will come and save me with I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's how you can relate to that. I don't know, maybe sometimes when you do nothing and you want someone to save you, you can relate to it.
Yeah.
But in general, in your life, you don't get inspired. How can you get inspired by a princess? Oh, a princess inspired me to do nothing. You can get inspired. Actually, can you get inspired to do nothing? or actually doing nothing is an action itself, and that's why it's inspiration.
Could be. That's my way of saying I got lost in the conversation.
Yeah.
And,
It's good you don't hear your own voice right now, because I would be so confused if I had to hear what I say.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this would be like a nightmare. Plus being drunk. Imagine.
No, you're not drunk. You're not even tipsy, I would say. I don't know. Maybe you are. I don't think I have seen you a bit drunk.
What?
Yeah.
I was always drunk with you.
What the fuck?
90% of the times we meet, we eat pizza and drink wine. Isn't it?
No,
No?
I don't think so. Coffee always.
Oh yeah, we work.
We work.
Sometimes I work when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Whiskey.
I do that also. Whiskey helps with
Whiskey,
the
yes.
concentration. Yeah,
It's weird. Are we alcoholics?
maybe.
Whiskey helps with concentration.
Yeah.
5 minutes ago we were smoking and you were like, yeah, it actually nicotine helps with the concentration.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of stuff helps with your concentration, but not actually some healthy things.
That's true. I still believe that there is some truth into that, but
Oh, absolutely, because there is even scientific evidence for that. I watched some interview. Basically, a guy is explaining, he's toxicologist or whatever, and he was saying how when we drink a bit, just a bit, there is very important dosage, because if you overdo it, then this is not helping with your concentration. But when you drink, for example, I think it was how many milligrams, like 20 of alcohol, like clean one. Okay, it's not. This dosage up to this amount helps because reduce the noise that you have in your head.
Yeah.
And this noise is usually anxiety.
It relieves some stress for sure.
Yeah, but this is not only. It's basically all alcohols are kind of depressants, and they depress all emotions, negative and positive.
Yeah.
And most of us feel negative emotions 90% of the time. That's why it helps and you feel happier, because depressants doesn't make you depressed. It decreases the amount of depression you have.
Yep.
If you're a happy person, probably you don't like to drink, because you suddenly feel actually sad.
Yeah.
Because it decreases the amount of happiness. That's actually what?
You had some revelation.
Most people are sad because they drink, and depressants don't decrease the happiness they have because they don't have any. Oh my god.
Do most people that you know actually drink a lot? Okay, let's define drink a lot. For me it would be, it depends on the type of alcohol, but let's say more than 2 glasses.
A day?
No, I mean at the time when you sit and drink, a day. Let's say more than.
This is alcoholism.
5 days.
If you define it actually how it should be.
Maybe
drinking
just
even twice a day.
Precise person.
Yeah, it's maybe norm is kind of defined by the how many people experience that. And now the norm, I think, should be changed for alcoholism, because maybe before it used to be less normal to drink every day.
Yeah.
And that's why the norm was made by the average of how many drinks some person has in a week.
But does anyone actually judges you or evaluates you based on exactly how much you drink? I don't think. I think they evaluate you based on the consequence, on your actions, on your even though there's some.
But if you're a woman,
or if you're
drinking
not a
is already a consequence, in a way.
Wow, really? I think women drink more than men.
I love when you say, "Wow, really?" It means I'm saying some bullshit, and you just don't want to say that, and you're like, "Wow."
No.
Really?
It's mostly because I need some time to actually think about it.
Yeah,
about
and you're
what
filling
you
the
said.
gap in the.
Yeah. Trying to say something, and meanwhile I'm thinking about it and trying to understand.
Okay, you're excused. But I don't know. I think women try to publicly not say that they drink, especially if they drink every day, because there is still some perception that women should be that, women should be that.
Yeah, for sure, there is.
Like
there
that.
is. Yeah.
Because for men, it's still like, oh, after work, you get beer to relax after work. Well, women also work and they also do that. But no one talks that much about women doing it. Because it's not that funny. Because she has to give birth to kids. And there's consequences while having alcohol, for example, and you're pregnant and you don't even know that, but it can do some harm to the child, for example.
For sure it can, yeah.
But that's like as an example. Of course, not every woman should give birth at all, but that's
of course.
Just so that's why like women should be more like, again, should is in a brackets because I don't really think women should do, but yeah, it's different.
Even though it's like universally known that most women, they do have a glass of wine at night, just like most men have a glass of beer or whatever it's whiskey.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just people that I know.
Maybe, because some people actually drink less, and for example, I feel like because it's the same with smoking, for example. If someone next to you is smoking and someone next to you is drinking, you kind of want to resemble, if you want to be close with the person, you kind of try to like doing this coping mechanism, or not coping.
No, I get it.
Kind of to mimic, even sometimes you say the same intonations of the person that you like without realizing it, because you kind of just, you do it somehow to survive socially.
Have you seen this? And it happens in sports a lot. There are even entire compilations on YouTube about people talk about it as if it's some sort of a bug in the matrix or something, but it's actually just a social thing that happens when many people gather together, and because of that it happens often in team sports like basketball team, football team, soccer team, whatever. Like you would see 5-6 people move in the same way at the same exact time, move the same, I don't know, movement with the leg, movement with the arm, get up together, for example, or fall together, and it's kind of, we pick up the behavior of the people around us. Yeah, that's why.
That's probably evolutionary good for us, because that gives signals to other person we're not dangerous, we're like them or some shit.
Yeah.
Oops.
I think so. Ooh. It's not socially acceptable for a woman.
Yes. You should be with this mouse, after this you will kiss your kids.
Oh wow.
That's what women say.
Yeah. That's true.
You should be careful what you do. Yeah. Okay, so how was your day actually?
My day?
You didn't answer. Your week.
My week? Okay. Oh, that's even
we're recording this on Friday, so
complicated. Yeah. Because we have a very strict and regular schedule at work.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, yeah. My week was actually quote unquote boring. It was a boring experience. Lately I've been trying to find, it's funny how, just like I said, we don't do the regular, at least I don't do the regular working schedule, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. But there's a reason why this exists. It really helps. If you're working the same hours every single day, it really helps. You tend to wake up at the same time, you tend to go to bed at the same time.
Totally.
On the
but
long
you don't
term,
have to go to the office for that.
That's for sure. But lately I've been trying to find again this balance in my life. 'Cause for years I've been waking up at different times, going to bed at different times, working all over the place.
Like me, basically.
Exactly. So yeah, this week I've been trying to have a more regular schedule, not only for
Only
work
this
in
week
general.
or?
Well, in general, but this week I kind of succeeded, let's say.
Oh wow, that's very good.
This is going to be the first day of the week that I am gonna miserably fail in my attempt
sorry.
to.
Why?
It's okay. You don't need to be sorry.
Wait, but why? Because you go to bed at 8 or?
No, way too early. Way too early. I would go to bed around 10:30.
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
But I won't be going to bed 10 this night, so it's.
Yeah, but I mean it's possible. You can get a taxi or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I urgently spent money just so that I
To
can
go to
keep up with my schedule.
for sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I notice sometimes these social obligations, like to meet people, to be nice and friendly and have friends, actually have fucking friends. You have to not follow your schedule. That's really annoying, because you want to have friends, but you have to very many very often. That's what I want
Finally.
to say. Yes. Very often compromise with your schedule. Like, I have shit ton of work to do, but I'm recording a podcast with you instead. And it's good. I feel good about it. And that's what makes life exciting for me, because if I followed my fucking
You look
schedule,
enormously exciting.
Do
Excited.
I?
Yeah.
Why?
It is, but I think it's mostly about perspective. I mean, do you value more your work than your friends?
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like,
I mean, of course, that's a faulty argument. I mean, doesn't mean that you have to meet your friends every single day. I mean, you have to find the balance between the two, but you can't avoid your work and you can't avoid your friends constantly, if they're kind of real friends. And if they're real friends, they'll understand, they'll know. And most probably they're gonna be having similar experiences. See, your uncommon experience is actually a very common experience.
Yeah. Well, my point was that I noticed with my schedule that is very chaotic and not really a schedule, even you can call it a schedule.
Yeah.
It's not that even I party until late or something, and I don't really meet a lot of friends. Like, it's just that I also have a lot of stuff that I do by myself, and there is very little amount of time left for other people. And this is maybe because my work is not related to meeting other people. I think people that are having more social jobs, they maybe don't even feel that gap, like between being social and actually having like work and stuff. I don't know.
But it should be the opposite, right? Because your job is not so social, you should feel a bigger desire to meet with people, to be social.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't feel less desire. I just feel constantly like I have to compromise. I have to make a choice, and I always choose, of course.
Work.
No, like actually not. No, most of the time I still do work, but I work extra. I work extra on the weekends. I do it at night until late. Basically, I just work the same time that I supposed to work, but instead of like doing it as a normal person, like during working day, I meet some people during the day, or I spend time. For example, now I spent 2 weeks in the office and I was talking with my colleagues instead of working, even though I could say, I have to focus on my work. I mean, sometimes you have to say it already, but sometimes you still, have to be social at the same time, being a nice colleague, and to not be, some weird person that is rude and not nice to other people.
Have you ever been that person?
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah. I've been that person many times. Most of my working days, I am that person.
That
At least when I
saying you work and you
I
don't
work
wanna
and
be
I put my
disturbed?
headphones and I ignore my colleagues as much as I can, which is it's
No,
weird.
it's-
We all hate that person at
It
the office.
depends. It depends what type of colleagues you have. Because my colleagues, you know them. I mean, I don't know if some of you will listen to this. But yeah, it's impossible to ignore them. It's like a fucking, a field with different colored flowers.
Wow.
You can't not pick it up. That's a good metaphor.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe if I was your colleague, would you ignore me?
We were colleagues. I did
I
ignore
have
you.
no
I ignored you for
idea.
years. No, just
Yeah, I
kidding.
have no fucking idea I had yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah. Probably.
He would ignore me.
Just because of how I am. Yeah, I would
Okay.
ignore.
That's interesting. But when we work in a coffee shop, very often I start talking and you're removing your headphones and you have to listen to my bullshit.
Well, no. I mean, when I say ignore, I don't ignore someone that comes and talks to me. I would never do that.
Okay.
I mean, do you
So
do
you-
that? If someone comes to you and you're with your...
No, but I have to remove my headphones.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very unpleasant and very annoying, but you do
Yes,
it.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would, most of the time, I would just listen to a podcast or a book or music. Actually, very rarely music, which is actually something that
That's very uncommon.
it is. This is uncommon.
This is uncommon.
And
What is your listening time on Shopify? Like, remember end of the year, everyone was
oh my
publishing
goodness,
this.
I don't
I
know,
was
but it's very
listening
low.
to that. I was listening to this, and like,
For me, it's the same 5 songs that occasionally I would play at the gym.
my God.
And they're not even new songs; they're from 20 years ago.
of course, you're old.
Thank you. My knees confirm your statement,
There now.
especially every time I
You
come
can
back
hear
from
them
running.
right now.
By the way, running. Do you know this is one of the most
Random.
Yeah,
Okay.
one of the most annoying sports. Okay, let me rephrase that. Annoying in the sense that usually people that tend to run are very weird, very annoying, very. They usually get obsessed with
Yes.
running and talk about
Absolutely,
running.
yes.
Yeah.
And I don't understand this type of people, to be honest.
How do you know that you're not one of them?
You are the one of them. You started this topic.
I agree. I am one of them.
You're like, oh, you should buy new shoes. Let's go buy you new shoes. This model is so good for you. It costs $1 million, but you should try them for sure.
I am having the same experience right now as when you were listening to your own voice on the headphones. I really recognize how annoying this is. But it is. But this is a very true statement. I've spoken about this with so many people. Runners, they're not. We are very, very annoying. Very, I don't know. Weird people. Weird is the correct term for runners. I'm sorry. I'm moving my legs often and.
I'm just thinking maybe we should next time put it on the floor or something.
Oh,
to be more comfortable.
I should
or,
be the
or
typical man
couch.
and put my legs on the table. Okay, not legs,
Yeah.
but
I have a colleague like that.
really at the office.
Yes.
Oh wow.
That's why I say like we are cool. You can do it. You can. We have a colleague that.
With
is
shoes or without shoes?
With.
Good.
Yes, I agree. We have completely. They're super diverse. But back to
Diverse
running.
is a very politically correct term.
Thank you. But getting back to this running topic and the running people that are weird, I agree on the part where runners get obsessed by that more than, for example, gym people. Some gym people are not like overly talking about gym. Like, they're just working out and no one gives a shit about it. I mean, if they look jacked, we can say, "Oh, you look jacked," and he's like, "Okay, thank you," or
This
she.
is interesting. This is interesting because gym people usually would show it, but they would show it physically.
Yeah, they would never talk about it.
Slim shirt to show the body.
Yeah, maybe that's
nothing
the
bad
reason.
with that.
Maybe that's
if
the
I
reason.
had that body, I would show it.
But maybe that's the reason why they actually talk about it, because there is nothing to show except talking about this shit.
Except the shoes. That's why they talk about. That's why we talk about shoes.
Yeah, because look at my shoes. Look at my skinny legs. My skinny body, exhausted legs that are injured 10 times a day.
100%.
Yeah.
That's why running shoes are always flashy with weird colors, weird combinations.
Because you have nothing else to show.
Nothing else.
No muscles on any part of your body, if you're a marathoner at least.
Yeah.
But
marathon, road runners, especially trail runners, it's already a bit different.
They're because yes. But that's why trail runners, no one fucking knows what trail runners, like no one knows about them anything. To be honest, I heard about trail runners when I did the trail run, and I figured it's a thing.
Yeah. Well, what about that girl, the one that in the States she won the Moab 240, the 240 miles race in, I don't remember the state. Was it in Colorado? No, it wasn't.
Anyway.
Where's the fucking Moab? We can Google that. She's a fantastic runner. And she looks like an interesting person, by the way. I've listened to podcasts with her.
So she's not a weirdo?
No, not at all.
Well, then...
So maybe it's only about road runners.
Are we segregating runners from trail runners and runners, road runners? And we're actually victimizing road runners and saying that they're weirdos?
We most certainly are, and
we are
very much right in doing so.
I wouldn't say I'm a weirdo. I think I'm pretty average.
Have you done more road races than trail races, or vice versa?
If we consider Sofia as a trail, I think it's more trail races.
How many times you've done the marathon here? The half marathon,
Twice.
Is it twice?
Yeah.
When did you do it?
Twice with you.
Twice with me? What the fuck? I've done it only once. I did one. No, it was.
Once I was disqualified at the end.
Haha.
Yes, and the second time I wasn't, and that was the race.
You should have been. You cheated. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Because the first time I ran alone, and that's why I was disqualified, because I went the wrong way.
Because you ran the 10K, I ran the 21K.
Yes. And I actually turned, even in 10K, I mixed it up.
You tried to shorten it even more.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a half, but I ran in Sofia.
Yeah.
Like during the week, for example. I
for
don't
sure.
mean races. Racing, I didn't race in one city more than twice.
I think you did several trail races last year, right? You did the Bocaniada.
Yeah.
And then what did you do? No, I think it was just Bocaniada.
There was one.
You did the one in Moldova.
Yeah.
But it was a road race.
Yeah. But what was something else was because I remember this 25 kilometers, which was the Balkaniada.
The Balkaniada, yeah, for sure.
I fucking have no idea why I did it. I think because you sent me the link and said it was amazing. and you didn't go, yeah.
but I will go this year. I already registered.
Okay, yes. And I will run only 10K.
Are you gonna come?
Sure. It was a nice city, very nice city. I would spend one more day. Last time I didn't have time, but I would just climb the region and
it's
relax.
It's a very nice region, yeah.
Yes, and because I did this 25K, I kind of saw the neighborhood around, let's say the mountains. It's pretty a lot to see.
Did you go to the metal concert that you got invited to? Which is a
yes.
surprising experience, very uncommon experience in that area.
But that's why I want to come back. I want to rent
for
the same
concert?
Airbnb. I will rent the same Airbnb, and this guy who is the owner of Airbnb, who is the owner of the place, he has the restaurant there.
Oh wow.
And this restaurant is actually a rock
Oh wow. Okay, now place. I get it.
So we should go there and
Sure. Let's book it from now, yeah.
Yes. And I think because of the Balkaniada they make this event kind of more. I don't know. We'll see if it happens again. I can even text this person.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy, I have his number. I don't have his contacts otherwise.
You don't remember the place on Airbnb?
No, I have it saved, but
okay.
It was his wife, and she spoke to me in Spanish for some reason. I have no fucking idea, why.
Wow.
But, yeah. Anyway.
That's very uncommon. That's actually an uncommon.
Yeah. But, I didn't do, maybe I did some trail, but I don't.
Which one do you enjoy more? Trail or road?
Oh, we did with you this Vitosha one.
That was 73 years ago.
And I did this Pencharevo as well.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about going this year.
I didn't like it.
No?
Yeah, it's weird. You start flat with the road, first 1K, and I was very slow at this because I thought
that's good.
After this it will be something bigger.
You know how they say, I'm sorry about interrupting you 53 times.
We do it.
Yeah.
That's the point of the podcast, right?
I was listening to a podcast. I wish I would remember the name. It was actually a great podcast yesterday, and the guy was talking about ultra races, and he said the usual strategy for ultra races is to start slow. And then
races.
And then you slow even further.
Oh, okay.
Because it's that hard, right? And usually gets worse and worse. And
that's actually good advice.
Yeah.
Yes, my grandma would say the same. I think.
Oh, jeez.
Better walk.
Better walk.
Yeah. I didn't like the race, but outside of this. Road. I think I did mostly road. And you did, I think, most.
Yeah, for sure. I think the only trail that I did was the Vitosha one with you, the Salomon Vitosha trail. It was amazing.
Oh my god, we had the same experience and such different at the same time.
No, okay. I mean, there were parts that it was absolutely disgustingly bad.
99% of the time?
Oh yeah. No, not that. You remember we got the wrong way 2 times, and there was the same old guy saved us both times, which was like we surpassed him. We went ahead. And then we got lost.
Yes.
He reached us and was like, "Guys, what are you doing? We have to go this way." And then we said thanks and we went ahead. And then we got lost again. And then he found us again. And it's like, okay, we gotta go this way.
Yeah, I remember. But it was not even a way.
No.
It was a fucking a bush with water and mud. It's not a fucking way.
Yeah.
And you just you swim in this fucking water with mud, and you're just like your shoes are not even wet, they're just soaked and dirty, and everything is bad, and you're depressed. And you want this to end as soon as possible.
I remember there was another guy that actually said, I'm not doing that part. I'm just gonna pass from here.
Well, it's terrible. I don't know why they intentionally make it stupidly like complicated. It's not even complicated. It's just awful.
I think the weather was just very bad, but yeah, it was an interesting experience. Maybe that's why I liked it, because it started nice. It was kind of sunny. Actually, in the morning when we went to the mountain with the car, the weather was awful. It was raining so bad, so much, and then it stopped, and the sun came up, and it was super sunny, and it was nice, and then it started raining again.
Yeah.
And it was super bad. It started raining during the worst part of the race, when we were climbing the first.
Oh God, I don't want to remember. It was so windy. I had to climb up and at the same time resist the fucking wind that was blowing me away from this.
Yep. But you did great. You have super strong legs, and you did great. I was actually the slower of the. It was me, you, and there was some other guy that was kind of.
Yeah,
I think he was waiting for us.
From 8 women.
Really?
No,
Wow.
I joke. I don't know what was it, but it was like something like that.
Yeah.
I think like 5th from 7, because not many women were. A lot of men though participated.
True.
Yeah.
I remember at the end you were like, like maybe the last 100 meters, you were like, okay, let's do a sprint and see who. And I was like, no, it would be more interesting to finish together, because I knew I would lose. I was so exhausted. I was like, no, it's more interesting if we actually finish at the same moment.
Yeah, sure. So interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were talking about your week and came to this.
I've been trying to avoid this question for.
Yeah, exactly.
As a typical man trying to avoid.
I'm like, please say that. I'm good at crime investigation. I'm like,
yeah. You always come to the point.
yes. I'm digging into that hole.
Have you noticed that men...
I'm switching the topic again.
Of course I am.
Okay.
Have you noticed how we men tend to... girls usually ask us several questions at the same time, and or one after the other, and we usually tend to answer just the last one.
The one they want.
Either the last one or the one that we want, unless the last one was very uncomfortable. So... what about tattoos? I'm thinking about...
really?
I've been thinking about making one for years. I think...
Interesting. I didn't know you were thinking to make tattoo, because...
Oh yeah, for a long time. I'm one of those people... Many people do tattoos as an impulsive decision. And because they are used to making... because you are making... yeah. Most people, I think, that make impulsive decisions, they also later tend to not think about them, not regret them so much. Even if once they recognize this was a bad idea, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
They don't...
Me.
Yeah. I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
That's why I'm overthinking it, because I know
that's
that
why
I'm gonna
do
regret
a tattoo. If you're overthinking it, it means you don't have to do it, I think. I mean, that's my...
maybe that's my... midlife crisis.
You really want to make a tattoo now?
I'll do. There's no.
Let's go.
Right now, let's find a 24-hour.
Yes, it's 100% in there is. I just I don't want to have AIDS or anything.
I'll never go to a random place. I'll go to one of those that I know that are good. And
okay, if you go to a place where it's good, I actually want to make myself.
Film it?
No, I want to make it myself, even if it's possible.
Sure, let's book a...
yeah, let's do it.
Perfect.
The next week.
Do you already have a...
No. The first tattoos, I did 2 at the same time, and I made the idea the same day I did the tattoo. And now I realized the ideas weren't great. And the realization of the idea was even worse than the idea itself.
But doesn't that contradict what we said earlier, that you're an impulsive person and you don't regret it? that much?
Yeah, but I don't regret it that much because I don't give a shit about it.
But
I'm like, okay.
didn't you say previously that you wanted it to correct one of your tattoos?
Yeah, cover it.
Yeah. To clarify, it's not a kind of romantic. It's not the face of your ex or anything like that.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not one of those tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are people that.
Wow, this is weird as fuck.
I know an MMA, very famous English MMA fighter from Liverpool called Darren Till. He has a huge tattoo. He had actually, not anymore.
Okay.
A huge tattoo here on the shoulder. It was basically the face of his at the time girlfriend, no longer. I think
Not
mother
even
of
alive.
one of his children.
Oh,
I'm not exactly sure, but now he decided to cover it and change it to something else. Because one day he said that he woke up in the morning and his current mother of another child actually, was kind of staring at the just sitting there and looking at the tattoo, and he
What
decided,
the
okay,
fuck?
this is very weird. I have to change it. Obviously, it's kind of bothering her or something like that. And
To me, this is weird. Once you do it, I mean, if it's mother of your child, for example, she's the mother of your child. Come on, you can have it on your body. It's like leaving a sign on your body that you fucked this person.
maybe you're trying to forget that part of your life.
I guess maybe some people try to. I don't know. For me,
Would it be okay for you? Let's say your boyfriend has a
tattoo of my face?
no of another woman's face of his ex. It was a great relationship with his ex. He loved her so much. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
No, sounds like okay. I don't know.
Me, if it was
I just
me, it
don't
would bother me
understand
so much.
face tattoos. I don't fucking understand
That's
their
a separate
concept.
discussion. That's an awful decision.
That's an
in
awful
general.
decision
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general. That's
for
why I
sure.
wouldn't even date a person with a face tattoo.
That's a great point. That's
So
a great
it
point.
wouldn't be even a topic. But if it was a pair tattoo, for example, pair tattoo with another person, but they are not like actually.
Yeah.
It's like putting in the same place of your body a tattoo or something like that.
Yeah.
Then it's fine. It doesn't bother me much because it's
Yeah.
It's
It's not
like-
that obvious.
and also it's weird. Like, what do you own the body of other person, or do you historically take all person's decisions as of now, like as they're valued as decisions that could be made now? Like,
That's a good point.
I don't know.
That's a very good point.
I don't own the past person that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the person I don't know in the past. So whoever he loved or whoever he tattooed on his arm.
But it is a constant reminder of that decision, right? So
No, you
No?
stop caring about the tattoo. That, at least my experience. I see my tattoo. I don't think of the meaning of the tattoo. I see it as part of my body now. I never. Maybe actually that's weird because some people do it to get reminded of something. Like they even do like
Yes.
some phrases or some motivational shit or some.
Many people do about experiences, like sports people, athletes doing about the day they won a medal or something.
A lot of Olympic medalists
Yes,
have Olympic
Yes,
circles in their.
yes,
yeah.
yes.
But I don't know. Maybe because I didn't really make it as some big event wasn't related to it. I just randomly decided to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't really have any big. I just think it's even actually cool because our corpse will anyway just be destroyed like once we die. So unless we are like this Egyptian pharaohs, like mummified.
Yeah. What if you die and discover all people with tattoos go to hell? You're
fine
like,
with
fuck,
that.
I should have.
That's bullshit.
Would you regret it, or you would have been like, I should have done more tattoos?
No, I would think, what? I live in such a stupid world that have such a stupid rule. Imagine all the idea of universe, all of this crazy complicated shit, and it all ends up to the point where you have a tattoo or you don't. And I would be so disappointed in this creation, or who is the creator. I would think he's a dumb person, or not a person but an entity or something.
Yeah.
Because this is not a valid reason to decide someone to be or to not be.
What if that was the only thing? Just that, you don't make tattoos.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying, that's why it's stupid.
You can
can't
kill
be the
people, you can...
Exactly.
but no tattoos.
Yes, that's stupid. Usually when you kill people you have tattoo, but... That's a different topic.
Wow. Wow.
I think that's true.
So, considering that you do have a tattoo, what are you trying to tell me?
No, I didn't kill a person.
You tried,
I
but
tried, yeah.
he escaped. He ran away. That's why you got
How
into...
could I actually
That's
kill
why you got
someone?
into running.
Oh yeah.
You want to
to-
avoid that from happening again.
Good. All these serial killers, maybe they're good runners.
Ooh. Certainly, some
They're
road runners,
physically
they do
maybe-
look like serial killers.
Shit, yeah. And physically they're kind of capable of stuff if they're serial killers. I mean, if they kill children and women. That's dark.
It is.
Yeah. Anyway.
So how was your week? Let me see
But
you
let's-
answering this question.
Yeah. Good.
See, it's not that easy.
I know, like, for example, one guy told me that a tattoo on a woman in general is a red flag. A big tattoo, let's say. Or on specific places, like, I don't know, like middle of the breasts.
Oh my goodness, that's the worst one. I hate it. I mean, let me
Is it
clarify.
typical?
I love tattoos, even though I don't have tattoos at the moment. I like tattoos, and I love women with tattoos. It makes them so
Really?
much sexier. Unless the tattoo is right between your boobs. Yeah, I think.
But
Oh,
there
I
are
was
good
about.
ones. I think there
I
are
was
some
about to say there are
flowers,
some.
lines,
No, I'm sorry, I cannot make any exceptions. There's bad ones and there's worse ones. It's like, especially those big ones that go from one shoulder to the other,
Oh, yeah.
and right in the middle, like I don't know, an eagle that goes
Oh,
from one
eagle.
shoulder to another or something like that. The worst. It's and. The interesting thing about making such a tattoo is that once you make it, girls tend to dress in a way that it would show, that it would be visible. They wouldn't put a regular blouse that it covers it, right?
Actually, that's why I'm thinking of not making tattoos on places that are visible, because I actually am the opposite. I don't want anyone to see them.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, I feel like it's like my, I don't know, something on my skin. Like, you don't want to show your scar. And this for me is like similar to the scar.
Yeah.
But it's not like I don't hide my scars, but it's personal. I don't want everyone to see it. I can show it to some people, but not to everyone.
I think we can separate people based on that. Some people do it just like you, as something personal, and it stays mostly hidden unless you're with someone that you trust, or maybe it's somewhere that maybe you're on the beach and it's kind of inevitable to be shown.
But even on the beach, rarely I mean, my tattoos in particular, they're not very visible.
I get it. But there are other people that tend to make them as an accessory, like just
weird.
like you would put a ring, which is something additional to improve your outfit, basically, or an earring.
Maybe that's
or
actually a topic of self-confidence or how it's called, like when you accept your body.
Could be.
But this is a way to embrace actually your talking about scars. Some people cover their scars with tattoos. And it's a great way to actually kind of embrace the the scars.
Sure.
So it's interesting. Instead of making it invisible, actually make it more visible, so it becomes invisible what's behind it.
Wait, but I've seen the opposite. People covering the tattoo, the scar with the tattoo, so it becomes less visible. The idea is that you don't see it anymore. The scar becomes
less visible because of something that is taking your attention from the scar.
Yes.
It's still a scar.
That's not embracing your body, right?
Yeah, it's kind of covering it up, but in a way that you put more into it. You make it more like bright.
I guess it would depend on the type of tattoo, right? Yeah, if it's the type of tattoo that kind of points the attention to the scar, yeah.
No, I need to. No, not
but
to
in
the scar,
in an artistic way, like I don't know.
Anyway,
it's very interesting for a person without any tattoos to try to figure out what people with tattoos are doing and why they're doing it.
Yeah, but I heard, for example, from a guy that tattoos on the arms are a big red flag, like specifically here.
Really?
Yeah, and he said it like it's awful.
Why? What's
I also don't understand.
I mean, what's the reasoning with the arm?
Like if it's a big tattoo, of course. Like if it's like a small tattoo on the arm, it's.
What if it's the leg? What if
the leg is also bad, like here, for example, if it's here.
Yeah, I agree.
It kind of means something to them, like it's made to be seen or something. It's like
I think you tend to associate certain type of tattoos with certain type of people. It becomes like
exactly, yes, because for me this doesn't really mean anything, because I've never even met a person with such tattoos. So I can't associate it with anyone in particular, while maybe this person had bad experience with a woman with a tattoo on the arm.
I would say that girls with tattoos on the thigh are a little bit more promiscuous, for lack of better terms or lack of will to use other terms.
Why? Promiscuous is a good word and exactly says. Shit.
You're very promiscuous with the wine.
Oh my God.
Slipping it all over the place.
That's not the first time.
Okay, let's pause the. How the fuck do you pause it?
I mean,
So no tattoos on the thigh. That's the decision. Tattoos on thighs are the.
I would never do it myself, just for sake of I love my thighs. I don't wanna have anything on them. That's the reason.
Yeah.
While when I, for example, did a tattoo here, I thought it would be smaller, and that's why I regret about it. Not because it's a bad tattoo, but because it covers too much of my body. I like this part of my body, and it's weird that now it kind of is distracted from the part of my body. It's kind of makes a point of something.
Yeah, I get it. That's the weird part with tattoos.
I don't want to have my body as a canvas. I can paint on a canvas and be happy with it. I don't want to have my body as a canvas. But this is a choice of everyone. And this is like maybe even because I perceive it as something that what I love, I don't want to touch. I don't want to. But some people perceive it as what I love, I want to give, and I want to paint it, and I want to make it better, I want to whatever do.
Yeah.
And it can come from love, it can come from low self-esteem, it can come from different reasons, basically.
Yeah.
I don't think it means you have low self-esteem if you have a tattoo on your thigh. It can mean anything. So, it's weird.
I agree. So it's not a red flag.
For me, if a guy or a girl is with a tattoo, for me it's actually even cool. Like, interesting. But depends what type of tattoos.
Is it disappointing if the guy has the tattoos and you think he's
boring
interesting
as
and
fuck,
he's actually
yeah.
boring as
Very often, actually.
Wow.
Very often, boring people, I think, make tattoos to make themselves less boring. And that's how they compensate.
That's like with both men with the hats. Looks cool with the hat and then takes off the
Removes
hat.
the hat.
That's why just embrace it. Just don't wear the hat. Just show
Yes,
it. And
fucking
remove the act of
remove your
removing the
fucking
hat.
hair.
Probably it's the most disappointing part.
Yeah, and you can just fucking shave your head.
What if the guy? Maybe you go to his place, everything's going great, and he doesn't want to take the hat. So when you're fucking, he has the hat. Like people wear socks in bed, and this guy wears the hat.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
That's my nightmare.
Top 3 nightmares.
Guy with a hat. Just doing like this.
Yeah. Oh Jesus.
Oh my god.
I don't want to imagine.
Oh, let's forget it. Bad memories.
What if the guy does an operation in, I don't know, in Mexico or in Turkey or one of those
For the
countries?
hair transplantation?
Yeah.
Bravo, like...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm all up to...
for...
Yeah, because we fucking fix our teeth. We do a lot of stuff that ancient people didn't do, and our teeth would fall out or be yellow if we didn't sustain them in a specific condition. So it's the same about other stuff that now is still not really acceptable. But if it doesn't harm your health, to me, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
But that's a big point, if it doesn't harm your health.
But isn't it an act of insecurity? Oh my god, I cannot live without hair. People think of me, blah blah blah.
Absolutely, it's social thing. Because if you would live alone, I don't know, in a planet without other people, I doubt you would want to add your hairs back if they fall off. So it's a bit, socially acceptable to have hairs, but some people look better with hairs.
This is true. It really depends on the shape of your head. For example, me, I would, if I have shaved my head several times in the past. For example, at summer or just because I wanted to look cool or anything, it doesn't look good on me.
Really?
Yeah, my skull doesn't have a good rounded shape.
Yeah, but it shouldn't. It just should suit your personality, even if it's not perfect shape. But you don't want to make the vibe of a bald guy. Like, no. Some bald guys are hot, and Van Diesel or whoever. Vin Diesel, he's hot. Yes.
Yeah.
But not everyone is Vin Diesel, and not everyone wants to have the vibe of this.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's true.
like that's what when I realized, for example, what I wear is important, and how I like put my hair, if it's down, if it's like. Even if it's short or if it's long, if it's highlighted with a different color, because this makes such a big difference about your personality, even how you're perceived by other people. And if you want to be perceived, like when I had short hairs, I had different, I think I was perceived by other people a bit differently. And it's not in a bad way, it's just maybe you like how other people treat you in a different way when you have this different type of hair.
Of course.
It's weird. It sounds super weird how you
But
have
it is
different
true.
type of hair, but people treat you differently. But that's true.
It is something natural, I believe.
Yeah. So I, for example, I decided for myself, I don't like when my hair is straight, and I like when my hair is a bit longer, but not too long.
Yeah.
And that's how I do it, and a bit highlighted. And this is my personality now. But maybe I'll change it if I decide to change how people perceive it.
Sure.
So if you want to have hairs and they fall off, obviously you should do something.
Of course,
for example, if I lose my hair for some reason, I will also have to do something about it.
Yeah.
For women, it's not that easy.
It's not right. That's the interesting part.
Yeah. So you have to... There are some ways, like black women, for example, that like to be perceived with straight hairs. they can't have straight hair,
Yeah.
even if they try really hard. So they do this. I don't know how it's called. They fake hairs,
Mm-hmm.
like they
Yeah.
they
It basically
put it on the scalp, like
yes.
yeah.
Well, it's the same as with guys that don't want to do the operation. They just
Mhm. But
It's basically it's
but it's
glued
very
to your
sometimes
to your
it's very
skull.
natural. Sometimes it's very natural and it looks nice. Like I
Yeah.
know black women that look gorgeous with this type of hair,
Mhm.
and that's how they want to be perceived as a person, and it's okay. Like
Of course.
some girls are amazing. They give this vibe of a, I don't know, handsome goddess. To be honest, like even
Mhm.
I'm a big fan anyway. But it's up to personality. If it suits you, then it's okay. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want with your hair.
Of course.
Anywhere on your body.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What's with the guys that watch videos and of how people
Get hurt? Yeah. It's
I asked you today about
it's a thing. It exists. It's both funny. It's not even funny. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. It is a bit disturbing at times, because especially if you see the guy getting hurt, that's the interesting part. Usually,
You are watching MMA. This is the ultimate
I love it.
getting hurt videos you can watch. Like,
But it's even there are severe consequences, and when you watch, sometimes you're like, fuck, that's a rough sport. Because especially when referees make mistakes and they don't intervene at the right times to stop the fight, it becomes problematic. It is disturbing. It's quite literally disturbing.
God.
But it is a part of the sport. That's why you watch it and you hope that people get paid well. And unfortunately, they don't get paid well sometimes, often actually, even the big organizations. But
people
about the
do that as well. This is crazy.
what MMA.
Yeah.
Well, for many people, it's the only option they have. They've had a shitty childhood, and the only good thing they had was fighting. And usually in such environments, you go to the gym, you start training, and usually trainers and coaches are very understanding, and they don't, even if you have no money, they won't ask you for any money. They will allow you even to sleep at the gym. They have sometimes they have like a dormitory, very small rooms with a couple of beds, and you can sleep there. And maybe if once you start doing amateur or even professional fights, you can repay them with the money that you get. It is a way to a better life for people that had a shitty way of growing up.
Interesting. Why didn't I do MMA?
Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah.
I didn't meet a person.
Well, you did have parents that loved you a lot, and they
True.
even though the environment that you grew up in was far from perfect.
I definitely don't complain, because everything could be much worse.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Much
100%.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the videos, it is a real thing. We do watch.
Yes.
We enjoy. We love watching people getting hurt. We don't enjoy people getting hurt. That's a wrong way of putting it. We enjoy the act of failing miserably into something, because usually it's maybe a guy tries to. This is a classic. You can find the entire highlights of these entire compilations. People trying to cut a tree that's in their. Yeah. Maybe they have a tree in front of the house. They want to cut it. It's an old tree. Instead of calling a professional to come and cut it in a safe way, they think, I can do it. and they end up either hurting themselves, or maybe the
God.
tree falls over the house. It ruins the entire house, and they're like, "Well, yeah, that didn't go well." What do you mean it didn't go well? Your family is gonna kill you for making them sleep in a, I don't know, on a couch for the for a year.
Oh God.
But there's something funny, very funny in watching someone failing until you see the consequences. That's the thin line. Yeah.
Yeah, when you see people living in a destroyed house from
Yep,
the street,
yep.
that's not funny.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone kind of has this like having fun of someone when something happens, but I, for example, am this type of person that is laughing at very extreme situations. I have this laugh, like crazy laugh, like I'm having fun, like in a way, but I actually am not. I'm panicking.
Yeah.
Like it's especially when something really bad happens, like war or like.
Jesus.
I literally start like saying jokes, like laughing like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's and crying and laughing at the same time, basically. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. What's up with girls watching videos of
other girls?
Yeah, well, that also, but that's understandable. I get that.
Okay.
But what I don't get is girls watching YouTube compilations of people popping out pimples on the skin.
Oh, no.
That's very disturbing
That's
for me. But there's a substantial number of girls that like watching such stuff.
I used to, as a teenager, I used to like that.
Oh.
That's terrible, yeah.
When did it stop? What
I don't know what happened exactly, but it started to disgust me at some point. I don't know. As a teenager, maybe I was like, I don't know what changed, to be honest.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
That's weird shit.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
Because now I don't even like it when I do it to myself. Like, some people get obsessed with this, like when they do it. But now I even don't want to like do it to myself. When I do it, I feel disgusted. I don't want to like even. I want to forget about it.
Yeah.
This ever happened.
I've always wondered, and I've asked the girls that like doing it to themselves or to their boyfriends.
God. This is a disease, by the way.
Probably, I would imagine.
Because one of my friends, she told me with a therapist, she was discussing these topics that she couldn't not do it. Like, it's such an obsession that you kind of get like freaked out from it. And when you're nervous, you start picking up your skin, you start to do this. And it's kind of as a way to discharge, like a way to relax or whatever.
Yeah. Maybe it's like, remember we were talking about how Tetris is good for falling asleep. Because it's basically the entire game of Tetris is
winning.
It's winning, yeah. It's small actions of succeeding in something. So popping out the pimple is like an act of succeeding.
Yeah, and in general, this type of games that make you succeed at something, at some small things, when you're not actually at real life.
Yeah. That's why they're
very addictive.
Very addictive, and very successful. That's why there are entire genres of these.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, that was good talk.
It was a fantastic talk.
Yeah, about random shit. I think that's gonna be we should call it random shit.
Good looking making the notes for this episode.
Yeah. I think even when we actually have agenda for the call, like for the conversation,
we're not gonna steer.
We are not following it. Because this goes such a wild topic, like whatever comes to our mind.
I think that's the best. That's the best.
But how do we call it? Uncommon experience?
Love it. Let's go with it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It was good talking to you.
Yeah. See you next time.
1